You need to learn to rest properly. We have it so backwards in this day and age. We have it so backwards. People rest on their phones. People rest watching things. People rest actively. You need to rest passively. You need to rest and do nothing. You need to actually truly rest. People think scrolling on their phone, scrolling Reels, scrolling TikTok for 2 hours is rest. No, it's not. You are actually putting more strain on your brain during that 2-hour period than you are the whole rest of the day. That's because your brain is not built to process so much information at once. You're going from one video to the next, constantly having different emotions. It's not feeding you the same emotion. You're not able to go through the emotions of a movie, say, that people were viewing back in the day. That's more fit to our minds because you're able to go through the emotions more slowly. But when you're on TikTok, when you're on Instagram, when you're scrolling, you're watching short form content. You're watching a 15-second video. One is a sad one is a funny one is a relatable one. It's like, it's not good for you. You're going through these emotions so quickly. You're going through so many different emotions, and it's just not good for you. It's not good for you to go through these emotions so quickly. So stop doing these rest periods where you're actually straining your mind more. That's why you constantly feel tired. That's why you constantly have brain fog. That's why you constantly can't think straight, is because you're so clouded in your mind by these things that you think are rest, but they're really not. You're scrolling, you're watching TV, you're doing all these things that aren't benefiting you, that aren't resetting your dopamine, that aren't resetting your mind, giving you more energy. It's not good for you. Do things like reading, do things like sleeping, do things like meditating, journaling, resting, these things that expel energy from, or expel strain from your brain. Journaling lets the load off your brain. It's putting things on paper, bringing them out of your mind. Meditating is settling your mind, is practicing your breathing, is making you more relaxed. Reading is resetting your dopamine. It's a very low dopamine activity, but it still teaches you a lot. That's a way you can be actively, a way you can actively rest without it hurting your brain, without it draining you. Do these things. And then sleep. People miss so many hours of sleep these days because they're too busy watching TV or scrolling Reels or scrolling Instagram or scrolling TikTok late at night. That stuff is so bad for your eyes too, to go to sleep. You're missing so many hours of possible sleep because you can't get off your phone, because you're addicted to it, because you're addicted to short form content. You're addicted to those emotions. You got to reset your mind. You have to reset how you think rest is, how you think rest should be gone about. Your rest is just as important as what you're actually doing when you're active in your life. Because imagine how much more productive you could be if you learned how to rest properly. You're resting so poorly right now because you're scrolling all night. You're not getting enough sleep. You're not retaining information with reading. You're not practicing your mental health with meditating. You're not preserving information. You're not thinking things through with journaling. You're not doing any of these things. So your mind is struggling. Your mind is working 2 times harder to do 1 times the stuff. You're not practicing rest well. You're not resting well. You're not resting properly. You think you are, but you're not. So, what I want you to do for the next week is, instead of watching TV, I want you to meditate. Instead of scrolling on Instagram, scrolling on TikTok, I want you to read. And instead of scrolling on TikTok late at night, I want you to sleep early. Try and sleep. Just sit in your bed. Realize how when you're in the shower or when you just sit in bed, you're trying to go to sleep, your best ideas come out. Let that stuff happen early and write that stuff down. Instead of just thinking about it, actually have an idea, write it down. Journaling, write it down. Write it down. And then you'll actually have ideas on paper. You'll actually have a free, clear mind for thought. You'll actually have a free, clear mind that isn't bogged down by all these emotions that you go through when you scroll TikTok, when you scroll Instagram. That's so bad for you. You need to get out of this mindset that this is all right for your rest. And it's not okay for your rest. It's not good rest. It's more tiring than just the actual work you do day to day. Is your rest. Your rest is more tiring than your work. That is so backwards. You should get it right. You should journal. You should meditate. You should sleep. You should read. You shouldn't be scrolling. You shouldn't be staying up late. Actively rest. No, don't actively rest. Actively rest if you're going to read, but have your rest be passive. Have your rest calm your mind. Before bed, meditate. Before bed, journal. Before bed, read. Don't scroll before bed. For next week, just don't scroll before bed. Just stop scrolling before bed. It's so bad for your mind to scroll before bed. First hour of the day, last hour of the day, you shouldn't be scrolling. You shouldn't even be on your screen the first and last hours of the day. Try that out. See how you feel. You're going to feel so much more refreshed in the morning. You're going to feel so much more peaceful when you're going to bed at night. Try that for the next week and see how you feel. See how you feel doing passive, doing calm rest instead of doing active rest that is making you go through emotions you shouldn't be going through, making you look at screens you shouldn't be looking at, making you unable to sleep at night. Try that out. Stop doing these active dopamine freaking like blasters of rest time. Stop doing these things that boggle your brain at night, boggle your brain instead of make you relaxed, make you calm, like reading, like meditating. Do those more instead of doing all these things that are so active. So try it out. See how your brain becomes more calm. See how your thoughts become more clear. See how you become a person with clarity. Try that out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.